Hello there. It's about that time of year again. Booga booga! It's that time of year where we dress up and become the things that go bump in the night. And it's also that time of year where people like us gather around the campfire and share stories that truly embody the meaning of terror. Now I got a story of my own, something that's bound to incite some form of paranoia in you by the end of my tale. But before that, let me ask you something. What's more terrifying? That one pale face breaking through the inky dark in the corner of your room? Or the check engine light turning on in your dash? Hearing voices coming from the walls? Or error codes on your Premiere export? Someone actively tearing down your door? Or you trying to fix the error code from the Premiere thing, like I said before, but then your computer screen turns gray. Not black, not white, gray. It's gray now. It's never done that before, but is it broken? You have a retail worker's budget. You can't just buy a new one. Yeah, so this video was originally going to be me talking about the film Dante's Inferno. The movie, based off the game, based off the 13th century poem, of course. But that was before I got through the production of my most recent Fallout videos. They were not supposed to be two. And while the videos I am still very proud of, and I recommend you go check them out, please, this turned out to be one of the most intense and anxiety-inducing experiences that I have had in recent memory. So without further ado, let's just discuss how this all started. So right after I finished uploading my Godzilla Iceberg, which you should also watch, I was not expecting that video to blow up the way it did, and it was awesome how many people watched it. Thank you so much. Naturally, I got to work writing up the next video, and I had some big plans. I wanted an animated intro. I wanted little in-between segments. I wanted to do some fancier editing, and I mean, if you watch the video, you know that at least that last part didn't happen as prevalent as I wanted to. But, you know, I thumbs up for efforts. I wanted to do a whole lot for the Fallout Iceberg. But then 6 months happened. Yeah. Now, to be fair, in that time, I did make a Deathclaw model, and I did rig it, and I keyed it, and I kissed it, I smacked it, I said, I'm so sorry, I slapped it again, and, you know, I got a lot of the intro done. And then I recorded and edited the audio, but I can't slap an MP3, although I wish you could. I wish you could slap the back noise away. Production was going about as well as you could assume, like one person making all that could do. But just a bit of a lore dump for myself. I am a student. I am going to college. I'm actually on my last year of college, so you know, the pressure of the real world, they're starting to knock at my door. And when I published the Godzilla Iceberg, I was finishing up one of the classes. But then immediately after that class ended, a new one started, and it was a lot more hands-on, so I felt I had to really focus up, really lock in gamer style. So I had to put off production for about 2 months. But then after that class, I got 2 months off to work on anything I wanted to. And I thought, yeah, I get to work on the new Fallout Iceberg. I know it's a little late, but this should be oh no. Well, something happened. Something always does happen with me, really. Once I was at the height of my hyperfixation with Fallout, working on that iceberg, something else came along and like a little SpongeBob hook grabbed my attention, took me under, or I guess up, because that one episode he went up. And it was Baldur's Gate. It was Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not even gonna pretend. It was Baldur's Gate. That shit took over my life for like 2 months with just a hint of Mass Effect. But that's besides the point. It was just a good 2 months of self-sabotaging, which that's on me. That's mainly on me. Now while that was all happening, I felt pretty bad, pretty unproductive not working on a new video. I kept telling myself that I'd work on it the next day. Nah, tomorrow. Yeah, no, for sure, tomorrow. Right after I get the sword, tomorrow. I haven't drank water in 3 days. I'll do it tomorrow. Look at the sword. And so it was just that whole cycle, and then August happened. All of August. So as soon as it was August, I got real. I would spend every bit of free time into editing, game capture, editing audio again, because your first try is never good. A lot of clipping in the background. And downloading footage, which we'll get into just a little later, don't you worry. And I was doing all this while dealing with work, new classes, and on again, off again, existential dread when thinking about my life after college. Oh my fucking god, I just decided to be an animation student. Why? And it's done. Tuesday, September 17th. The video was done. I go and I hit export and I wait 4 hours, hyping myself up, thinking people are going to love this. They're gonna love this iceberg. They're gonna be like, "What you thumbs up, bud." Big thumbs up. I wanted that. I want the Kronk thumbs up from Pop Pop. I even went as far as to develop a roadmap of videos I want to make. The Fallout Iceberg was gonna be the beginning of some cool stuff, and there's an error code. There's a big error code. What? And I kid you not, the very second, the instant I saw that little string of words, snap, my chair breaks, I go tumbling.
Hey, I really don't care about what happened next.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So I fell over. Cosmically, I get it. I dragged my feet when trying to make this video, and this last minute obstacle is kind of what I deserved. I don't know if I deserved my chair of 5 years to break on me, very, very comedically, but whatever. I got to work. Now, initially, I thought the problem was the vignette I put in the background footage of the iceberg, or at least the original cut of it. And I thought maybe that was just too much for my computer to handle. A similar thing happened with the Godzilla iceberg when it had that VHS effect. I had to get rid of that from the original cuts, and then I re-implemented it after I exported the version without the effects, and then I put it back in. You get the idea. I thought the same thing was going to have to happen here, and I was cool with it. I was prepared to do that here. So I removed the effect and tried again, and the error code happened again. Okay, maybe it's storage thing. I already bought a flash drive with a terabyte worth of storage, so that shouldn't be a problem. I'll just put it in here, and error again. Okay, alright, this is my day. So then I clear more storage on my computer. And error again. You're starting to see the pattern here? I see an error, I go fix it, rinse and repeat. The sun is down now, and I'm pulling out the $10 fold-out chair from my garage, because my chair's a pile now. That's how the day was going. I went to bed spiteful that night. It was my intention to get that render. 6 a.m. September 18th. I wake up. I get a completely different setup ready for my iceberg. I open it up and I see that some of the videos I downloaded for the iceberg degraded. They're crunchy now. Oh, did they spoil? Cool. The footage was at 720, what I need to be 1080, so awesome. Yay! Is that a new vein in my head? That's so cool! I had no patience to go back and get replacements, so I decided to just go and get the render, and god damn it! Oh, and then the $10 chair breaks the second that happens. Again, I now have to kneel at the computer, which is hard to do when you don't have legs. Oh, and my screen turned gray. Remember that? That wasn't a bit. That happened. My computer screen, desktop, everything's gone. It's all gray now. Except the Adobe screen. That's still up, with the error code intact. Thank you very much, Adobe. Is it broken? Did I lobotomize my computer? Can I afford a new one? Oh my god, what? Oh, never mind. It failed. But what if? And that was it. I had no idea what to do. Until I had a vision. I had a That's So Raven vision with my brother saying how I should split that video into 2 parts. And I said, "Nuh-uh, you're stupid, smell." And take that. So I cut the video in half. And I had to render them both separately. Now, I think what the biggest thing is that I rendered the video on hardware instead of software. Now, I am not a computer person, but I figure the program would probably be better suited into rendering its own video instead of my pretty mid computer, I'm not gonna lie. Granted, rendering it through software took a lot longer, but I was happy because I got to export the second part of my video, and I just had to wait for the first part to export, but that was gonna take way too long for me to do at night, so I had to postpone the video an extra day. I know everyone was just so clamored to see it, so devastated, but it still hurt to do that. But in my mind, I told myself that the nightmare was almost over and I can just be done. 6:35 a.m. September 19th. The very second I woke up, I opened my one crusty eye. I crawled up to my computer. I opened my folder. I opened YouTube. I haphazardly copy and paste descriptions and tags. I upload both videos to YouTube at the same time, and boom, it's done. I took my little baby Remy out for a walk, and I keep progress on the video upload through my phone, and I see that part 2 upload before part 1, which I thought was weird. And why is part 2 only 16 minutes? It's 53 minutes. So I go home. I ram down the door. I open up Premiere. I render part 2 again. And it takes another hour of me nervously pacing around. And finally, it's done for real. I upload part 2. I'm free. Now, I'm hollow. I'm done. My spirit is just gone. And the Fallout Icebergs are out. Hell yeah. Oh no. Now, this might come off as me actually hating the Fallout Icebergs I made, and that couldn't be further from the truth. If anything, this entire series of no good, very bad events taught me to keep on it, to keep trying, not to overcome life's inconveniences, even the self-imposed ones. I mean, look at my boulders drip. But to try and succeed in spite of them. Even if things don't work out the way you hoped, so long as you have something that you can actually put your name on, sometimes that's more than enough, at least when it comes to making videos or art or music or really any sort of media that you can be proud of. At least that's what I learned after making the Fallout Iceberg. Jesus. Thanks so much for watching. This was not the kind of video that I was expecting myself to make, but I thought, retrospectively, this is a pretty funny story, so I thought it'd be fun to watch, and definitely a lot more fun to make. If you want to see what happened after hitting upload on my Fallout Iceberg, go check it out. I have another video planned right after this one. If it's already out, here it is. But if you like what you saw here, and you want to see more stuff like it, just let me know. And happy Halloween. And there's been something in the trees for the last 2 hours, and I'm too afraid to leave the fire. Just gonna wait. That's a tree. I didn't tell anyone where I was going anyways. Oh my god.